Hello everybody and welcome to episode 6 of our own Let's Play of Duel Links trying to unlock all the characters. We are in 7th world and we have Gavin at level 30 who was a world spawn. Now the two missions I need to clear here are that Yuga summons 3 spellcasters against him and wins. Those are easy missions normally, and I would prefer to do this against him at, let's say, level 10, obviously, but since he was a level 30 spawn, I chose to try and go for it. First thing that happens is that I can't clear the missions and therefore have to try again, but it's a free attempt without me using any gate keys. So that's what I'm doing. I'm actually trying to summon 3 spellcasters. Now Yuga's starter deck comes with a lot of spellcasters like, I don't know, a lot of them basically. And your starter deck, also a starting skill also is stuff like your 7th world magician and the other monster, the level 6. And also you get some spellcasters from level up rewards, and from the lifetimes list you get a Dark Magician and Magician's Valkyria. So you should be able to get a lot of spellcasters. And honestly, I am not sure if you need to summon 3 spellcasters in a single duel against him, or if it could be over the course of several duels. Anyways, you should be fine. And Gavin is actually quite important for me to get, since I need to summon fairy monsters and warrior monsters respectively, 10 of each, with Gavin to get some other character unlock missions done. And until we are done with that, we cannot get certain characters. So I'm glad to have Gavin for free. Didn't need to use any gate keys. With that said, I would like to get some more lifetime cards in just a moment here. Those being Harpy Sisters, my second copy, and I got that from playing 2 Rush PvP duels. Then Harpy Sisters right side, which was after summoning Harpy Lady 2 times, or Harpy Sisters 2 times in Rush, not Harpy Lady, Harpy Sisters. And then of course you also get Harpy Sisters, our third copy, by summoning Harpy Sisters 3 times in Rush. And then we also got the Dark Magician manga artwork, and if Yami Yugi summons Dark Magician 1 time. And yeah, that's that. I swapped to Zale now, and what I'm doing is Yuma is dueling Reginald at level 10 at the gate. And it is my 3rd duel, and the other 2 duels that I needed to do were off screen, because the mission says Yuma wins 3 duels against Reginald. So what I want to accomplish in this duel is summon number 39 Utopia, which can be accomplished easily since it is the starting skill, which actually adds this one to our extra deck, and therefore 2 level 4 monsters are able to make this. And then we also want to activate a quick play spell card. I do not really have many quick play spell cards, but a reload is one of those that I could use. And then number 39 Utopia defeats him, so gets his life points to 0. Also, as I said, we needed to win 3 duels against him, and the other final mission was that we collected 3 water attribute monsters. And Reginald is not only an important and cool character, but also necessary to unlock certain characters. Fun fact, with Yuma, Reginald and Kite, we will be able to get all the remaining characters in Zale World. As far as now is concerned, of course, maybe they add some later that require different characters, but it's just what it is. Yeah, and we can now go to the card tickets, because this is a good point for me to use 3 normal card tickets on 3 copies of Hieroglyph Lithograph, which, for the cost of 1000 life points, increases my hand size limit for the duel to 7 cards. And that doesn't really sound like much, but it is my preferred way of decreasing my own life points in speed duels. Also, Ultra Rare Dream Ticket was obtained and here spent on a copy of Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon that is mandatory for 2 unlock missions, and therefore 2 characters. And also it helps with other missions that say like summon a rank 7 or higher monster, and Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon is a rank 7 or higher monster because it's a rank 8. And now we are dueling Kite at level 30 at the gate with Yuma, because we want to get 1 comeback victory. And I do this now because I actually want to unlock Kite eventually. As I said, he, Reginald and Yuma are the three most important characters in this world to get everyone else. And while this duel is going on, I can maybe talk about what else is planned for this episode, which is getting a first glimpse at Quinton's missions and trying to chip away at those, and also starting Mizar's unlock without finishing it in this episode, but a few duels or a few missions can be done, probably. Also, I want to unlock Zuwijo eventually. So here, one mission that I didn't actually think about when I was dueling Kite in this duel was that I needed to perform 2 XYZ summons in a single duel against him. And that was quite an easy one that I somehow messed up. And because I didn't have my notes open at the time, but that was on me, and therefore it means that I have to duel him again after this one. And the missions for Kite are basically that we get a comeback victory against him at level 30, that we get a win with 1000 or less life points remaining, using Yuma of course, that we summon 2 XYZ monsters in a single duel, and that we win in 7 turns or less with Yuma. And also we needed to collect 3 light monsters, which is similar to the mission that we had for Sartorius in the previous episode, and it's just the usual basic stuff. You know how to collect cards, and so this should not be a problem for you. And I can say that I did not use any additional resources to get these 3 light monsters, therefore just focusing on clearing the remaining missions for Kite. And this already finishes the first duel, which was the most difficult one of the Kite unlocks in my opinion, which was of course the comeback win against him at level 30. So, the second duel that I play is against Kite at level 10. And again, I challenge him at the gate. So, the thing is that actually Quinton and Mizar are the 2 spawns that I currently, at the point of playing this, have in the world. So, they're both at level 10, they are spawns, and therefore I do not need to use any gate keys to duel them. And I wanted to save them for the unlocks once I have Kite, so that I do not need to use gate keys then. And if I clear them out of the way, I have 2 more slots, basically because this was the additional Legendary Duelist campaign going on. I have 2 more slots for other characters like Anna or Bronk or whatever, really, like Quattro, to show up and to spawn in. So I wanted to delete Quinton and Mizar, and for those I wanted to have Kite. So this is the entire reason I actually did this Kite unlock at the gate exclusively. So after winning with 1000 or less life points remaining, we also need to duel him one more time, basically, which was summoning 2 XYZ monsters in a single duel and winning in 7 turns. And here the thing that annoys me when I look back at this is that I actually have number 39 Utopia in my extra deck because of the skill, and I also have a Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon from the Odd Eyes Challenger structure deck in my extra deck as well, but I chose not to summon them because I usually do not summon my XYZ monsters or my extra deck monsters if I can help it. I would normally only summon them if I need them for anything, and that did me in. But since I need to win in 7 or less turns anyways, I decided to try again. And obviously I took out the Hieroglyph Lithographs because I don't need those anymore. And then I am going to perform the 2 XYZ summons now and win in 7 turns or less, which of course is easily done against him at level 10. Although he has one of his monsters that can actually make it so that he only takes half of the battle damage. So we need to be wary of that and better have a lot of resources. Also, the 2 XYZ summons finally happened and we won in 7 or less turns. Also, as I said before, we already collected the 3 light monsters from before, like Magician's Valkyria from the Lifetimes list. It was the Rush version, but that counts as well. and some other light monsters that you can get by leveling up characters even. So like Sartorius, if I level up Sartorius, I should be able to get some light monsters. And I'm not sure if light monsters in the starter decks of characters that I just unlocked would count as well. I don't think so, but they should, honestly. Anyways, with that done, we unlocked Kite and swapped to him. Also, I already prepared the deck to accomplish a few things. And we are dueling him at level 10 here, Quinton that is. So we want to activate 2 spell cards in a single duel against him. We want to win with 1000 or less life points remaining, and honestly that covers both of the missions when I use Hieroglyph Lithograph because it is a spell card. So by activating 2 of the hieroglyphs I already get the 2 spells, and if I activate a third one I have 1000 or less life points. We also want to summon Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, you know, the guy that I just got with an ultra rare dream ticket. And we want to get his life points to 0 with Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. And since Quinton is at level 10, this is a good opportunity to actually try and go for these missions. And what helps me here, or what is quite funny, is the fact that I am using his starting skill, which is a Cosmic Scourge Galaxy Eyes, which adds his Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon to my main deck, which means I actually have a 21 card deck, but that's whatever. But if Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon has Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon as material, it negates the effects of all other cards my opponent has. So that's quite neat. And I also need to summon a Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon against Mizar as well, but I do that later, in this episode even. And don't you worry, I'm going to show you the Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon deck that I was using in both of these duels, this one and the next, so that you can look at that and see what I did, and yeah, you can basically build the same deck if you want, or a similar deck. Not that you need to, it's just for unlocking these characters. I'm not trying to be a competitive Galaxy Eyes player that gets to the highest rank possible in a short amount of time or whatever. No, that's not what I'm about. Therefore, I am just showing you the deck so that you can see what I did. Anyways, this duel is going on for quite some time, and I don't know why it takes me so long to clear these missions, but it is what it is. Usually when one of these unlocked duels takes a million years, it is because I am waiting for specific cards to get, and I don't get them until the very end of the duel if they're like the last or second to last card of my deck, which unfortunately happens a lot, but it is what it is again. And now that we cleared 4 of Quinton's missions, only leaving a level 30 win for Kite, I tried to go for some of Mizar's missions. And the ones that I am looking at in my notes here are that I want to summon 5 dragons against Mizar, and that I want to get his life points to 0 with Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. You would be like, okay, how are we summoning 5 dragons against him if you're free to play, basically, and we don't want to use any resources? You get an abundance of Blue Eyes White Dragons, which I use for Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. You get a Blue Eyes from DSOD Seto, DSOD Mokuba, DM Seto, or if you don't have him, like I don't have him yet, you get a Blue Eyes White Dragon from Mokuba, and maybe if you already have Solomon, you can get it from him. And so you have a few Blue Eyes White Dragons lying around, and you could simply do that. Also, there is a level 8 dragon that you get from Yuya's level up rewards, which is like, oh, I don't know its name right now, but it is an effect monster basically that can be summoned with 1 tribute only, and if it does, it can blow up. If it is summoned, it can blow up an opponent's monster and deal half of that monster's attack points as damage to the opponent. So by summoning a few level 8 dragons that I use for Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, I already clear 4 dragons at least. Since Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon needs 3 level 8 dragons, we summon Blue Eyes, and Blue Eyes, for example, and then we summon Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, which is number 4, and if you manage to summon the Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon that you get from his starting skill, you would have number 5 already. But also there's the level 4 dragon in the Stardust Nexus structure deck, which has 1900 attack points and on summon can increase the level of a monster by 2. That guy is a dragon. Also you have Baby Dragon and Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress and so on. So yeah, I think you should be fine with a few dragons in your possession. So, with that said, we should be able to finish him off just every moment now. And it would be debatable if we should use our ultra rare dream ticket, a glossy one even, on a copy of Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon if we could just go into a box for it, but I wouldn't recommend that because that costs a lot of gems. I don't even know in which box we find it. And also we could use 2 character unlock tickets on Quinton and Mizar respectively, but again I wouldn't do that because yeah, it's just 2 character unlock tickets and those things are precious because if you convert them they are 100 gems and having 100 gems actually makes a difference. To me at least. Well, not really. I mean, I end up on like max gems and like 3000 or 4000 to spare, but that's not the point here. Point being, I want to be able to unlock these characters without using character unlock tickets to just show you how I do it, and you can maybe do it in a similar fashion. So, Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, as I said, also works for rank 7 or higher XYZ summons that we need to do. I think Shay needs to summon a rank 7 or higher against Sora. No, not Sora. Against, what was it? Dennis? Against Dennis McField. So, yeah, I can already say that Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon was worth the ultra rare dream ticket that I spent on it. So we are now in Go Rush World and Zuwijo at level 30 spawned in the world, which means I tried to unlock him now. And the one mission that I wanted to clear in this duel was that Udias just wins this, which is hard enough as it is, since I actually respect Zuwijo at level 30. He is a tough customer for me to beat, and I lost a few games to him on previous accounts and previous runs. Not this time though, this was my first. So besides winning, we can also try to go for a few other missions, which are summoning Galactica Oblivion, which we already did against someone like Maddox before, so you saw how to do that. And we use a trap card. The only good trap card that I have can only be activated if I control just a single monster and my opponent attacks. My trap card then makes it so that the attack is negated. And therefore I just kept one monster around on the field, besides my usual plan of sticking monsters on the field and therefore depleting my hand so that I can draw into Galactica Oblivion and Transatlantic faster. But it is what it is again, and I should stop saying that phrase. But activating the trap card was quite mandatory. Also, there is another character that needs us activating a trap card later down the line. I think it is Mimi that we need to activate a trap against, but that's just in the far distant future. Here we are also, besides winning and summoning Galactica Oblivion, trying to use a trap card. The other 2 missions for Zuwijo were that we defeated the standard duelist Terza with Udias, and the standard duelist Chupataro was defeated by Yuamu. And obviously I did the Yuamu versus Chupataro duel off-screen, and the Terza duel I think I showed, but it's just some standard duelists that you defeat and nothing crazy about that. I mean, main account has like level 20 or higher standard duelists, and I auto-duel and clear all of these characters with ease there, without even thinking, since it's auto-dueling. So, no worries there, and here we just have level 1 and level 5 standard duelists, so no matter what deck they use, you should be able to defeat Terza and Chupataro. Just make sure that you are using the correct characters for them. Because if, let's say, Yuamu defeats Terza, you do not get the clear for the mission. And otherwise, if Udias defeats Chupataro, you also don't clear the mission. So you need to pay attention to that, maybe. And that is all we needed to say to unlock Zuwijo, or to clear all 5 of his missions. So winning, summoning Galactic Oblivion, activating a trap card, defeating Terzor with Udias, and defeating Chupataru with Yuamu. Also, the win obviously needed to be against Zuwijo at level 30, and normally I do this against him at level 30 and do the remaining 2 missions, which are Galactic Oblivion and the trap card, against him at level 10. But since I was able to do it in this one duel, I didn't need to go for a level 10. And that's all we needed to say here. Thank you so much for watching.